Tonight on DC News Now, a daring rescue. How a missing U.S. Air Force officer whose fighter jet was shot down by Iran evaded capture.
And now that the weekend has come to an end, what can we expect for the start of a new work week? Well, it's going to be dry out there, but what about temperatures? I'll have the answer to that question when you wake up for Monday morning, coming up.
More teen violence in D.C. The multiple fights that broke out, including outside an event meant to keep kids safe. It is the holiest day of the year for Christians. How families around the DMV are celebrating Easter. And the keys to a bigger refund check. We're helping you stretch your dollar with a look at the tax credits and deductions you need to know before you file.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Happy Easter. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. Ben Dennis has the night off. All right, definitely a soggy Easter egg hunts out there for all the kiddos. Not bad, though, as we take a live look at the U.S. Capitol building. Meteorologist Scott Sumner, we're drying out finally as we head into the work week.
Chris, we certainly have improved from just 12 hours ago, that's for sure. Yeah, it may be mostly cloudy outside, but temperatures are still okay in the upper 50s here in D.C., as noted, and it is dry. And it's going to continue to be dry overnight tonight. Look at the numbers. They dip all the way down to the lower 40s here in D.C., and D.C. is always warmer than everybody else pretty much in the entire DMV. So expect those numbers to be a lot cooler in outlying areas into the 30s, lower 30s, down around freezing out towards the mountains tonight. And then we'll rebound and rocket right up into the lower 60s here in D.C. But this is what I'm talking about. This was at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Those showers were eventually coming to an end here in the Beltway. They continue to press east, and we have seen again a lag of cloud coverage throughout the overnight period to this point, but we should start to see more clearing taking shape gradually overnight tonight. As a matter of fact, it's chilly enough to be seeing some freeze warnings and frost advisory to our neighbors off to the west. Not going to happen here, but needless to say, as you step outside tomorrow, the out-the-door forecast for April 6th is as follows here. A cool breeze with temperatures in the 40s here, a west wind at 10 miles an hour sustained with maybe a few higher gusts than that. We'll talk about your full 7-day forecast. Chris, that's coming up in just about 10, 12 minutes from now.
All right, look forward to it. Scott, we'll see you then. All new tonight, investigators looking for a possible vehicle and suspect in an overnight shooting near the White House. Secret Service says just after midnight, there were reports of gunfire near Lafayette Park. Officers did search the park, but didn't find a gunman. No injuries reported. MPD and Park Police now searching for a possible person of interest. In Maryland, a man and dog injured when their car crashed into a tree in Rockville. It happened on Crabs Branch and Indian Hills Drives this afternoon. Officials say the driver was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The dog has minor injuries. And in Virginia, you can see here flames and smoke billowing from this townhome in Herndon Saturday afternoon. Firefighters say it started on the deck of the middle unit on Jetstream Road. No injuries reported. Firefighters were able to eventually put out that fire. We have new details tonight. Teen violence continues to plague the nation's capital. 8 kids arrested Saturday night for multiple fights in Southwest D.C., including at a teen spring jam. Those city-sponsored events are aimed at giving kids a safe space. DC News Now's Dave Laval has more from Navy Yard.
No problems reported inside the King Greenleaf Recreation Center where the teen spring jam took place. But outside the building, you had a much different scene.
It's kind of scary, like seeing all this going on.
Rakia Richardson could not believe what she saw when she arrived at the rec center Saturday night.
Just kids doing stuff they had no business, getting into physical altercations, verbal altercations, police chasing them, stuff like that. It was bad.
DC police said they responded to 2 large fights outside the building within 20 minutes of each other. The first saw a 15-year-old juvenile male of Northeast DC ignore multiple commands to leave and attacked an officer. Police arrested him and charged him with assault on a police officer. Several juveniles attacked the officers in the second brawl. Police arrested 4 more juveniles in the no curfew zone.
It was just hectic.
A 12-year-old girl is among 3 juvenile females arrested during another fight, this time down the block along Canal Street. The final disturbance happened not too far away near the Waterfront Metro station. No word on any arrests in that incident. Richardson and others are concerned by the recent wave of juvenile violence.
It's very concerning for me because I want to see my community do better. I want to see the kids do better. I want better for them.
It be nervous. I be nervous. I be scared for the kids because we trying to get them to do positive things.
Neighbors reported a heavy police presence well into the night, along with National Guard troops. In Navy Yard in Southwest, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Well, now to the latest on the war in Iran. A U.S. Air Force officer rescued after his fighter jet was shot down by Iran on Friday. Daring rescue comes as President Trump issues an expletive-filled threat to escalate strikes on Iran if they don't open the Strait of Hormuz. The president says the colonel was seriously wounded and really brave and was rescued from deep inside the mountains. A video here we're showing you is what Iranian officials claim are parts of the plane. It is the first known American aircraft to crash in Iranian territory since the war began 6 weeks ago. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll take a deeper look into President Trump's latest threats against Iran. And for the latest on the war in the Middle East, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. Just search Iran. New developments in Maryland. The Prince George's County Board of Education approving a new policy to protect students from immigration enforcement interactions. A policy establishes boundaries to keep school property secure from unauthorized interference, including schools may enact a shelter-in-place protocol if ICE agents enter or come within 1,000 feet of the property. School security and law enforcement will focus solely on campus safety and are not allowed to act as or assist immigration agents. And families will have access to safety planning resources and legal guidance. The Supreme Court appears skeptical of President Trump's efforts to change the constitutional right of citizenship. The president argues children born to parents in the U.S. illegally or temporarily are not American citizens, despite the 14th Amendment. If the justices do side with the president, it would leave more than 250,000 babies born here in the U.S. each year without a country of birth. Now, the case attracting a big crowd outside the Supreme Court. Democratic lawmakers joining demonstrators rallying to protect the 14th Amendment right. There are also many supporting the president's agenda.
And tell him we will always protect your rights.
Clearly says that all people born in the United States are U.S. citizens.
People do take advantage of the system. Citizenship should be removed for a bit.
Supreme Court justices are expected to issue a ruling sometime this summer. Outrage and protests continue at the Kennedy Center. Frustration started when President Trump took over the Performing Arts Center. Protests have intensified with the recent layoffs happening ahead of a 2-year shutdown. Several lawsuits are pending to stop that planned closure and remove President Trump's name from the building. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg has the latest.
Upbeat music outside the Kennedy Center strikes a different tone than what some say is happening inside.
We're here to protest the fact that Trump has put his name on this building and is running it into the ground.
The D.C. activist street band joining the group Hands Off the Arts to protest the ongoing changes at the Kennedy Center. That includes last week's layoff of about 40 employees, with more to come over the next few months.
Learning about those firings just broke my heart. But there's still people inside. There's still people who work there, and we're working to save the Kennedy Center from being closed so that they can keep their jobs.
Mallory Miller worked here for 2 years until August 2025. She was one of the employees who started organizing a union.
I was actually fired from my job at the Kennedy Center in a act of illegal union busting.
She and others here say the arts are at risk.
I grew up coming to here. My parents, who are now in their 90s, spend most of their free time in at the Kennedy Center, or they have up till now. It's real sad to see what is happening now.
Our Daniel Hamburg there reporting. Organizers say they'll be out there every Friday evening at 6:30 until President Trump's name comes off the building and they save it from being closed. It is Easter Sunday. Millions of people around the world are celebrating the holiday, including the DMV. Sermons and masses were held in so many different churches, including the National Shrine in Northeast D.C. by Catholic University, which is the largest Roman Catholic church in North America. It opens its doors to thousands to celebrate the holiday. We asked some of our neighbors what Easter means to them.
Remember, we always used to get dressed. And we always went on the Easter hunt, so I remember that it was community time. It was when we went out and we were part of the community.
Yeah, for me, it's really getting more in tune with the spirituality of the day, which I think probably if more of us did that, we'd be a lot more calmer.
All right, the Easter holiday continues tomorrow. The White House's annual Easter egg roll is happening Monday afternoon. There will be story time, games, live entertainment, and baby chicks. The White House says this year's celebration will also include patriotic themes to honor the country's 250th birthday. The Easter egg roll at the White House dates all the way back to 1878. So much fun for all those kiddos. All right, coming up, Tax Day is next week. We're helping you stretch your dollar with important reminders so you don't leave any money on the table. All right, a live look at the National Shrine, at the National Cathedral, here in Northwest D.C. Time now, just about 9:11 on this Sunday night. Meteorologist Scott Sumner has your full work week forecast after the break.